Well, hello everybody. This is Satyavani Gayatri, and I am here doing a fabulous interview in Palm Springs with my Acharya sister Maitri, who just successfully wrote her first book. Now, I don't know if you know too much about Maitri, and you probably don't, but first of all, she's fabulous. The second part of this is that she is an Acharya sister who is doing incredible spiritual work with children. And her work over the decades as a school teacher, as working in schools, as a yoga teacher, as a bhakti yogi, is truly inspirational. And so I wanted to interview her today to find out exactly about this new book, as well as the cards that she published that are sort of a precursor to this wonderful book about working with breath with children. So, Maitri, I wanted to ask you, what is the title of your book?
Well, first of all, I'm so happy to be here with you. Thank you so much for this interview, for this opportunity, for this privilege, and for that build-up. Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you. I echo that right back to you.
Jai.
Jai. Jai, sister.
Jai, sister. So tell us the name of the book.
Okay, so it's going to print this week. I'm so excited. It's been several years in the making and many decades, as you said, of culminating inside of me. It's called 46 Breath Breaks for Kids.
46 breath breaks. So tell me what a breath break is and why this is important for children.
It's a great question. So breath is life. Prana and breath is what sustains us. It's the first thing we do when we come into this world. It's the last thing we do before we leave this world, is breathe. We can go without food. We can go without water. We can go without sleep. We cannot go without our breath. So our breath sustains us. And breath practices are scientific, and they're based in the contemplative practices of yoga, and they're steeped in science. And now there's a lot of research and evidence-based information that we know about breath contributing to focus and calm, and
Absolutely.
the central nervous system having the ability to slow down, and for children in particular to be able to attend to the things in their life that's asked of them before they've even really learned how. Breath is essential. Wow. So what breath breaks are fun, quick ways to build breath into every day. Just like brushing teeth or eating breakfast, like setting the foundation of a house, taking a breath break. So it can be as simple as imagining there's a balloon in your belly.
Oh my goodness.
And taking a breath in, blowing up the balloon, and then letting the air out.
That just makes me feel better.
Just one breath. With just one breath, you just lowered your heart rate, your blood pressure, you aided digestion and elimination, and it's a fast track right to calm. So this book...
A fast track to calm. I love that.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
So this book is really birthed out of my many years of teaching and having the privilege of working with children, as well as being a mom and a grandma.
Oh my God, and she has the most adorable grandbabies you have ever seen on the planet.
Thank you.
Quite honestly.
Thank you. And they're in the book.
Oh my goodness.
We breathe together. So the breath breaks are really for children. It's a resource, comprehensive, fun book that's spiral bound so children can use it themselves.
Amazing.
It's also for adults to use with the children, whether it be parents, school teachers, educators, yoga teachers, pediatricians, children's therapists, anyone that works with children, to weave into the fabric of the day, as opposed to having a long time to do a long, extensive yoga class. A breath break can be quick, it can be woven in, and then stored in children's pockets. So when they're out in the world and they're experiencing life, they have a breath that they can pull out of their pocket to use to help them navigate.
Oh
so
my goodness.
I'm so excited about it,
and
I'm so excited to be talking about it.
No, I mean, it's obvious how amazing you are with this work because you're so passionate about it. One of the things that I noticed specifically about this book is the artwork. And the artwork and the diversity of children that are represented in there. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
It's really important to me that all of the work I do be inclusive. So being the mom of 3 children, 3 very different children, and having worked with thousands of children over the years that I started out as a young babysitter, to working in a school, to working in a classroom, to going to a lot of schools, is that anyone and everyone can take a breath. So no matter how differently abled children are, and no matter where they live and what they look like and what the specifics are about them, anyone can breathe. So I really wanted all children of every kind to be included in this book. It was very important to me, and the illustrator, Evan Neidick, who is brilliant and amazing, brought what I envisioned to life in the illustrations.
That is amazing. The breath really is this amazing neutralizer. And I find that completely fabulous, how you've woven that into the text itself. In that vein, prior to this, you, well, first of all, Maitri has a company called Deep Play for Kids. If you have not tuned into this, you are missing a treat. So, Maitri, the website specifically is?
www.deepplayforkids.com.
Oh my goodness. And it is chock full of information and trainings. Tell us a little bit.
And breath breaks.
And breath breaks.
It has breath breaks, live breath breaks with me doing some of these breaths with children on my website.
Okay, so if you have not been sold on purchasing this book and you want to test it out because you're a little unsure, then you absolutely need to go to her website and check it out, and also find out all the information about all of her goings on, how she trains adults with this to work with children, how she's doing an upcoming retreat that's coming in Costa Rica in February. If you are not signed up for this retreat, you are missing out. Tell us how long the retreat is.
It's a week. It's a week of self-care and play, an opportunity to dive into the child that lives within all of us. Life is very serious at this time for so many of us. So really taking a time out to just be in play.
Okay. If you're not willing to play, then you should not be watching this video. If you are ready to play, you got to go to this retreat in Costa Rica. And it's at the Dos Lunas Resort, which is in Jaco, Costa Rica. Both Maitri and I have been there several times together, and you are in for a treat. So make sure you sign up as well for this beautiful retreat that she's giving. But before we finish, I want you to just tell me a little bit about the cards that were the precursor to this and is part of your work.
I love that you asked. So I started teaching yoga and wellness to children almost 20 years ago. And yoga was not what it is today, but yoga for children was really almost non-existent.
Oh, I believe that.
So my sons helped me create products that I used to teach with because there weren't any products on the market. And I knew that one day I would bring them to life so that other people could use them. So I have playful pose cards, which are actual photos of my students doing yoga. So there are a lot of yoga decks out on the market, but they're drawn. And while there's nothing wrong with that, a child has the ability to really relate to seeing an actual child. So my cards are children doing poses, and inside the deck there's a two-sided piece of information on different ways to use the cards. And in addition to that, I have affirmation cards. And the affirmation cards are powerful statements using 3 words. I am something. So Satyavani, choose an affirmation. Call one to mind that in this moment is speaking to you, that you'd like to invite or evoke or claim about yourself. Just 3 words. I am something.
I am abundant.
So now take this in. Satyavani, you are abundant. The potent power and potential of hearing those words and saying those words, I believe, have great ability to change the way that we think, to rewire our brains.
Wow.
So those are my 2 decks.
Oh my goodness.
Affirm Your Awesomeness and Playful Pose Cards.
I love it.
And my Breath Break book.
And all of this can be bought and
On my
purchased on your website.
And on Amazon, but on my website, deepplayforkids.com, and also on Amazon.
Oh my goodness. And the last thing is, these decks are so amazing that they have been purchased, 200 of them, to be put in a goodie bag of a very important conference that's happening in Texas, of which the beautiful Maitri is going to be the opening speaker. Can you tell us just briefly a snippet about that?
I can, but can I say something first?
Yes.
So Deep Play for Kids is has a foundation.
Oh.
And so the foundation is to support underserved populations of children as well as people who want to serve underserved populations. So the profits from my cards and my book go to the nonprofit part of Deep Play for Kids.
That is amazing work. Okay, if you're not convinced at this point in time, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. But these cards are going to get into the hands of
educators.
A lot of educators.
A lot of educators, and they're going to filter out into the world. And a child picks one up, reads or is read to what it says, those 3 words, and that has the ability to transform their life forever.
Oh my goodness. And what's the name of the conference, and when is it happening?
It's in January, and it's a Young Jewish Educators Conference.
Wow. And in what city in Texas?
In San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. So that will also be posted on our website if you're in the San Antonio area, or if you are an educator and of the Jewish faith or not, go and check all of this out. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm so excited that you asked me to do this interview, and so honored to have you support my work, to see me, and to help me bring this out into the world, because the world for children is tricky.
It is.
And I believe that these tools have the power to change their lives and to change the future of our world.
And they absolutely do. If you are not convinced, then I don't know what to tell you, just like I said before. But please, this is Satyavani Gayatri. Go see deepplayforkids.com. Check out Maitri's work, and we will see you soon. Talk to you. Jai Bhagwan.
Jai Bhagwan.